Hello. So, on this short video, hopefully short video, what we're going to talk about tonight? Well, I thought I'd give an overview of this Scots Greys unit that I've painted and look at some of the dapples on some of these horses. Quite nice. Give a quick update on the King's German Legion that I'm on with, and maybe a quick glimpse at some World War II stuff that I'm working on in 20mm. Anyway, yeah, so this unit here probably completed a little while ago. Some of the still shots of some of the war games that I've had recently, these are actually on them, and you can see them on some of the other videos. Yeah, until I get this King's German Legion finished, I thought I'd give a quick interim video with these guys on, because some of my favourite figures. They're not perfect, they're not painted. I didn't spend days and days on these things, but the techniques I use to do these dappled horses mean that they do take quite a while to do. I'm not sure how everybody else does theirs. I've seen varying techniques, but principally I'm using grey-white, bludging it on basically to build up different layers. You can see the bugler's got a slightly darker horse than the others, probably more of a true dappled grey than the others, but the effect is that they come out quite nicely. If you use some washes on these things as you paint them, you can get some nice effects, such as on this chap's horse here. Combination of kind of darker washes, and then building the colours back up again. You can get different coloured dappled horses. As a result, you can see probably the darker washes bring out a darker dapple, if you know what I mean, and the browner washes give a different version. But the overall effect is quite nice. The thing about horses, I'm always learning more and more, and this little technique came about from my trial and error, but I really do quite like it. So I'll look at another one, another base. Of course, the Perry figures help a lot, don't they? A lot of movement in them, and yeah, I was quite pleased with them. I was a bit sick of painting them by the end, I must admit. Didn't really want to do any more. You can see I've managed to get some contamination on the arse of that one, which is a shame. But yeah, quite nice. The eyes aren't too bad either. Horses' eyes are always strange things to paint. Put them together. So you get the idea in any case. Let's have a look at the command sprue here. Bugler, quite a nice figure. Enough detail on him to allow some easy painting. This is the commander, just nice figures, aren't they? Again, very fortunate to have all these lovely figures to paint. I've seen some people go to the extent of putting numbers on the end of the bedrolls and things like that. It's not for me. I'm not into painting finite detail, or infinite detail, if that's the right term, onto these figures. We'll just stick them on the end there. So if we pan across, yeah, 12 figures, nice figures. Decent bit of painting, if I do say so myself. And yeah, the overall effect is a nice unit. I have some household dragoons. Is it household or royal dragoons? I can't remember. But I need to base these guys up. Once I do, I'll do a review of those things and get a video up of them as well. Maybe the two units together. Generally speaking, my collection's coming along, but I need to do more cavalry. Probably French though. Currently I've got the unit of lancers that you've seen on a previous video and a unit of cuirassiers. when the Kraziers have been used on the battlefield, they tend to be quite scary to encounter if they break through. So yeah, I need to get more. I'm hoping to get a brigade of Kraziers at some point. So there's the heavies. Quick update on the see if we can get that in focus. A bit better. There we go. On the figures, the King's German Legion that I'm working on. Still got some flesh to work on with these guys, but generally speaking, they're coming along quite nicely. There'll be a unit of 24. And, oops. Not picking up the light too well there. Don't know why. Maybe that's better. Yeah, they're coming along nicely. A couple of figures that I have enjoyed painting. I've made a mistake here on the white. There's this British officer. Going to focus. It's quite. Yeah, it's a very pretty figure. Front rank. Marvellous, really. Very clean, very nice to paint, good surfaces. There's this individual here. Again, see if we can get some light on this guy. There we go. Sorry about the wobbly camera. Still using an iPhone. Again, working on the faces and things, just finishing them off. Really, got to do some more painting on that sash. Get some blue in there probably. Yeah, coming along lovely. Going to be a nice unit, that's for certain. I actually think the second battalion that I'm going to paint for these guys is going to be better, because I bought a triad of Austrian white paint, and whilst the final colour isn't overly white, by the time you finish putting 3 layers on this stuff, it looks lovely. It's really tidy, nice figures to paint. So they're getting there, not far away, and I've got some nice JMB flags for these guys, and they finally are finished. So it's going to be a rather short video. I don't want to make it too long. 7 minutes already. I think the last thing to mention, and not that successful I don't think, doing these 20mm World War II figures. Pop them down. From the Plastic Soldier Company, and get some light on them. Yeah, they're still in their early kind of painting stages. But they get in there. Not really a fan of painting World War II. I think it's kind of pointless putting any detail on these things. They're small, they're not designed to stand out. So it'll get a quick, brief wash and some highlights, and I guess that'll do. What I have been using though is this. Let's get that out there. British paint set from Vallejo paints. What it gives you, if you just turn it around, are all the colours on the left there, and you know, bit of a painting guide on British figures. Why is my finger in the way? There we go. So it's quite nice, and yeah, so far bringing these things along a lot faster than I was without them. So yeah, it's worth a look, I think. If you just started from scratch, I don't really know much or have much to do with the Second World War at the moment. It's just something a friend of mine has decided to get into. I think he's going to do the tanks, bit of airbrushing. So there we go. Anyway, that's the end of that video, I suppose. So just to recap, quick look at the Second World War. We'll get them out of the way. We had a look at these British. They're going to be looking lovely when these guys are finished. But I guess the star of the show tonight, these Scots Greys, who are rather nice. nice figures, not bad to paint, and that's it, I guess. So anyway, thanks very much for your time. Hope you have a good evening. Bye.